Hello students, welcome to online class. In today's class we'll discuss regarding the different types of audit in detail. Okay, see, the types of audit are classified on the basis of three factors, that is based on ownership, based on time, and based on objectives, right? So in today's class we'll discuss regarding the different types of the audit based on ownership. Okay, so on the basis of ownership, audit can be classified as audit of proprietorship, audit of partnership, audit of companies, audit of trust, audit of accounts of cooperative societies, and government audit. We'll understand these classification one by one. The first classification on the basis of ownership is audit of proprietorship. Before understanding audit of proprietorship, we'll understand what is proprietorship is. Okay, proprietorship is also known as sole proprietorship or sole trading concern. See, this is a basic type of ownership of a business which you have learned in your PUCs as well as in your become beginning years. Okay, so sole proprietorship is that type of business organization which is owned, managed, and controlled by a single owner. Okay, the word sole itself indicates that it is single. Sole means what? Single, and proprietor means owner. So sole proprietor is the beneficiary of all the profits and all the risks, including what? Losses, to be incurred by the sole proprietor. So the sole proprietor has unconditional and full control over his business. The good example for sole proprietorship is beauty parlors, barber shops, small retail shops like general stores. Okay, this is what sole proprietorship. Now we'll understand how the auditing of this proprietorship take place. What is the audit of proprietorship? See, in case of proprietary concerns or sole proprietary concerns, the owner will be what? Owner will be the boss of his particular business. So owner himself takes the decision to get the accounts audited. Okay, sole trader will decide about the scope of audit or the process of audit and appointment of the auditor. So the auditing work will depend upon the agreement of auditor and the specific instruction will be given by the proprietor. Okay, so agreement takes between the owner of the proprietorship, between what? Owners of the proprietorship and the auditors. Okay, so owner himself appoint an auditor to audit his business accounts. So that is known as what? Audit of proprietorship. Okay, next comes is audit of partnership. So first we'll understand what is partnership is, then we'll understand audit of partnership. See, partnership is what? Is a kind of business where a formal agreement between two or more people is made who agree to be the co-owners, that is, who agree to share the responsibilities for running an organization and to share the income, whatever the income they earn. Okay, that will be shared between the partners, and even if it is a losses or risk, that will be shared by the partners of the business generates. Okay, so two or more, when two or more persons come together, okay, makes a formal agreement between them and who agrees that to become co-owners and who agrees to share the responsibilities, income, and the losses or risks of the business is known as what? Partnership. In India, all the aspects and functions of the partnership are administrated under the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Okay, the good example for partnership is Spotify and Uber, then Maruti Suzuki, right? These are what? Some of the co-branding partnership examples. Okay, now we'll understand audit of partnership. how the auditing process takes place in partnership. See, to avoid any misunderstanding and doubt, partnership audits their accounts. As there will be two or more persons will be involved in the business, there should not be any misunderstanding between them, any doubt in their mind. So the partnership will decide its account to be audited, right? So partnership deed on mutual agreement between the partners may provide for audit of financial statements. Auditor is appointed by the mutual agreement or mutual consent of all the partners. All the partners should sit together, should decide which auditor is to be appointed to audit their accounts. Okay, rights, duties and liabilities of the auditor are defined in the mutual agreement and can be modified by the partners. So partners will be having the right to appoint the auditor, and while making agreement between the auditor and the different partners of the partnership, they should mention all the rules and the regulations, and if there is any necessity of the modification, it can be only done by the partners of the partnership. Okay, so this is how auditing take place in the partnership. Okay, next comes is audit of companies, which is nothing but audit of joint stock company. Now, this joint stock company is what? It is an organization which is owned jointly by all its shareholders. See, when business take place in big terms, okay, a single owner cannot look after all the activities, right? So either he go for the partnership or he go for the joint stock company. When all the partners agrees to share the income and the losses or the risk of the business, they can go for the partnership. But when partners are not able to share the income and the losses of the business, okay, they go for what? Joint stock company, by issuing the shares of the companies. Okay, and it will be jointly owned by all its shareholders who purchases those shares, right? So here all the stakeholders have a specific portion of stock or the share owned, usually displayed as what? A share, right? So each joint stock company share is transferable. And if, see, joint stock company is divided into two types. One is public company, another one is private company. So if the company is public company means what? Which is owned by the government, owned and managed by the government. If it is a public company, then its shares are marketed on registered stock exchange markets. Okay, if it is a private company, then shares can be transferred from one party to another party. However, the transfer is limited by what? Agreement and family members. Okay, the good example for joint stock company is Indian Oil Corporation. Indian Oil Corporation is example for the public company. Okay, then Tata Motors, Reliance Industries. Okay, these are what? Some of the private companies examples. Okay, so this is known as what? Joint stock company. Now we'll understand auditing process of these joint stock companies. See, under Companies Act, audit of accounts of companies in India is what? Compulsory. Chartered accountant who is professionally qualified is required for the audit of accounts of company, because the activities of the business will take place in huge numbers, right? So chartered accountant who is professionally qualified is required for the audit of the accounts of the company, whether it is of a public company or whether it is of a private company. Okay, so the Companies Act 1913 for the first time made it compulsory for joint stock companies to get their accounts audited from a qualified accountant. A number of amendments have been made in Companies Act 1956 and 2013 regarding appointment, duties, qualification, power and liabilities of a qualified auditor. Okay, the next type of auditing on the basis of ownership is audit of trust. Now what is this trust is? A trust is what? Structure where a transferee carries out the business on behalf of the trust's members. Okay, a person will be appointed to carry out the business on behalf of the trust members, who will be known as what? Trustee. Okay, a trust is not a separate legal entity. A trustee may be an individual or a company. A trustee can be any individual or any of the company. Okay, the trustee is legally liable for the debts of the trust when two or more members come together to carry out the business, and who appoints a separate person to look after all the management will be known as what? Trustee. Okay, and they agree the debts of the trust will be shared by all the members and may use its asset to meet the debts. However, if there is a shortfall, the trustee is responsible for the differences, not all the members. Okay, a trust is set up through what? A trust deed. The good example for this trust is any temple, masjid or church trusts, where trustee will be appointed to look after all the management of the temple, masjid or the church. Okay, but the decisions will be taken with concern or consent of all the trust members. Okay, that is known as what? Trust. So these temple, masjid or church comes under what? Trust. Okay, now we'll understand regarding the audit of trust. The beneficiaries of the trust may not have access and knowledge of accounts of the trust. He will be only having, that is, he will be only appointed to manage and look after the property and the business of the trust. Okay, that is, if the trustee of any particular temple, okay, he will be appointed what? To manage and look after the property and the business of the particular trust of that temple. He will not be having any knowledge of accounts of the trust. So in order to maintain the records, accountant will be appointed who will be having a knowledge of accounts, and auditor will be appointed to audit the accounts of the trust. Okay, so accounts of the trust are maintained as per the conditions and terms of the trust deed. The income of the trust are maintained as per the beneficiaries or the trustee or the trust members. There are more chances of frauds and misappropriation of incomes in the trust deed as well as in the public. Okay, so Trust Act, which provide for compulsory audit of the accounts of the trust by a qualified auditor. The audited accounts of the trust ensures true and fair view of accounts of the trust. Okay, so this is regarding auditing of the trust. Next comes is audit of accounts of cooperative society. Now, what is cooperative societies? Cooperative societies are formed with the aim of helping their members under Cooperative Societies Act 1912. Okay, cooperative societies functions similar to the banks or the financial institutions. That is, it mobilizes the funds from the savers and lend it to the one who are in a need of it, who would like to invest in the productive projects. For them, they lend the mobilized funds. Okay, this type of business organization is formed mainly by weaker sections of the society. Okay, the members of weaker sections of the society, they came together in order to help their members. Okay, in order to prevent any type of exploitation from the economically stronger sections of the society. Members of the society raise the capital within themselves. Okay, the good example for cooperative societies are urban cooperative societies, Mahalakshmi cooperative societies. There are n number of cooperative societies you can see in each and every street. Okay, now we'll understand how auditing will take place for accounts of this cooperative societies. See, cooperative societies, as I've told you, are established under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912. So it contains various provisions for the regulations and the working of these societies. Okay, some of the states have adopted it without any change, while other states have brought certain changes to it. Okay, so it depends on that particular members. Then the auditor of the cooperative society should have an expert knowledge of the particular act under which cooperative society audit is functioning. He should also study bylaws have been duly registered in registrar's office, whether these laws are registered in register office or not. Okay, Companies Act is not applicable to the cooperative societies. Okay, the registrar of cooperative societies shall audit or cause to be audited by person authorized by him. So the accounts of the society once in every financial year. So for auditing the cooperative society, okay, the registrar of cooperative societies will itself audit the accounts of the cooperative societies, or it will appoint some other persons who are authorized by these registrar of cooperative societies. He can audit the accounts of the society, that too once in a year. Okay, so this is how auditing of accounts of cooperative societies take place. The last type of auditing based on ownership is government audit. See, audit of government, that is government audit means what? Audit of government offices and departments. Okay, a separate department is maintained by Government of India known as Accounts and Audit Department. Okay, this department is headed by the Controller and Auditor General of India. That Controller and Auditor General of India will be managing all these accounts and audit of the government offices and the departments. So this department works only for the government offices and departments, not for the any non-government concerns. Okay, this department cannot undertake audit of non-government concerns. They undertake only audit of government offices and departments. Its working is strictly according to government rules and regulations. Okay, so that is known as what? Government audit. So these are the different types of audit on the basis of ownership. There are still two factors on the basis of which audit is classified, that we'll understand in the next class. Thank you.